Do you think that native Hawaiians are like upset that mainland US isn't that cool? Like, because we all, mainland Americans, we all go, actually, people from all over the world, we all go to Hawaii for vacation. And so we just like, we're all up in there. And, Hawaiians complain, like the people that live there, they complain uh, that, all these people are encroaching on their living space. And so, if you fight fire with fire, which I don't know if that's recommended to do, who knows what proverb you're supposed to follow. But let's just say you fight fire with fire. The native Hawaiians would then, go tit for tat. They'd be like, okay, you come onto my land, I'm going to come onto your land. And then, they come onto the mainland US and they're like, oh, well, nothing here is as cool as our land. Like, everyone comes to Hawaii and it's like, oh, this is dope, like beaches, trees. I mean, okay. But like they have special beaches and trees. I get there's beaches and trees elsewhere, but there's a certain type of beaches and trees in Hawaii. It's Hawaiian beaches and trees. It's a different breed, but you got coconuts. Like it's just a whole different land over there. I'm making it seem like this far off. Like, oh my God, you'll never guess what they have. They have the things we have, but it's like it's meant for them to have it. Like when they do it, it's just better. It's like when you get Coke from Mexico. It's like I get we have Coke here, but like, wow, can you can you get me some of that? Because that's way better. It's the same thing. Like a coconut that I could probably purchase from whatever, vendor we have local to Sacramento would not even hold a candle to, a coconut that fell off a tree in Hawaii. I mean, they fall off of trees here too, but it's more of like, I don't think you could just go to a tree and like get a coconut here. I think every coconut in the mainland would have to be purchased, bought. Whereas Hawaii, you could be like, oh, you want a coconut? And then you're like, this is, I'm, I'm realizing now my knowledge of Hawaii is based entirely off of just entertainment and like cartoons because I was like, Hawaiians, they just hit a tree and then a coconut lands perfectly in their hand. And then they just like snap it with their hand and they're like, oh, see, here's coconut water and I'm drinking it. So I've also like been to Hawaii. So like I know how it works. But I mean I still have this like cartoonish version of someone acquiring a coconut in Hawaii. But you know how sucky that must be to be like native to Hawaii and then you come here and then the tour guide's like, okay, so this is the Grand Canyon. And then the Hawaiian's like, oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. So what's the significance of it again? Oh, well, the Grand Canyon. It's a giant canyon. Hence, the title grand. It's not just a big canyon, it's grand. We don't just throw the G word around. And then the Hawaiian's like, oh, so it's just like a big hole. That's it? Yep. That's really all it is. It's a big hole. Yeah, we don't have like okay, they're gonna go to Disneyland, right? Like okay, what is that? What is that ride? With the log, and then it goes down. It's a water ride, and it just shoots straight down. It's like okay, go to Hawaii. They have just naturally just beautiful waterfalls. Okay, that thing probably has like dead people's ashes in it, and like children puke, and probably piss. I don't know. I feel like piss always gets them. Somehow gets involved when there's water and like a place that's predominantly, for kids and people with, Mickey Mouse tattoos on their calves for some reason. I'm total proponent to tattoos, but Disney tattoos, um if you invite me to go with you to get a Disney tattoo, I'll wait outside the shop across the street and buy you an Uber and not be seen with you ever again. But like it's a different breed, the Disney breed to where I'm like, yeah, they would definitely like pee in that water And the reason I bring up dead people's ashes is because I don't know if you know this, but rumor, I don't know if this is true, ooh, is Gar spreading gossip? No, I think it's true. I heard from one of these people, I have a person, I don't have a person, I'm not, what did that make me sound like? I have a connection. I know people. No, we're like family friends with this family, and they would totally get Disney tattoos, but we love them because they haven't gotten the tattoo yet. And they told us, on the Pirates, of the, oh, I don't know how to say this word. This is one of those words, I feel like everyone says it differently. Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? How do I say it? I say Pirates of the Caribbean. Because Caribbean, like if you're going to go down that pronunciation, that makes me think of carabiner. Is that even how you say that? Oh my god, wait, what is that called? It's called a carabiner, right? What do you the thing that, the people that like climb mountains, they have they're on water bottles a lot. Those are called carabiners, right? I don't know what they're called. They always say do not use for climbing on them, like you would. Um, if you say Caribbean, that makes me think of carabiner. That's not the word, is it? No, Carib. I don't know, but I say Pirates of the Caribbean. Caribbean? This is what happens. If you think about a word for too long, it doesn't even start to sound like a word anymore. I feel like that's like so many words, if you just stare at them for so long, they don't even look like a word. You're like, oh yeah, I guess. It's like if I'm gonna use English because that's like the example I have. It's like if you were looking at English as like a non-English speaker, that's what it starts to feel like. You're like, oh God, wait, what's the word I always get tripped on? Like anything with double letters, you know, like a parent. Does a parent have two P's in it? Wait, how many R's does it have? It has one, right? But like words with E's and I's and O's and U's, all those clump together. Those start to get weird when you just like stare at them. I feel like there's so many words that we don't think about because they're just words to us. Like you get the word and then you think of the meaning, but then you don't stop and think about the word. Like Thursday. Who's Thur? Why does he get a whole day? You know? What did he do? Thursday. Thur? is it is it a like a Scottish or Irish person trying to say like, they're super into like Asgardian stories and myths and they say, "Oh yeah, that's Thursday." It's like, "Do you mean Thor? Odinson?" They're like, "Yeah, that's Thur." uh but Thursday. Thursday. See, Thur sounds weird. Oh yeah, Thursday. Thursday. I mean, obviously I could have picked on Wednesday because what's going on there? Wednesday? Excuse you? Like, how does Wednesday even come out of that? No, because like when you say it, the N hits before the D. How does it even happen? When's, no, no, I can see it. When, you kind of like gloss over the D. Okay, well, what's up? What'd you just say, man? What are you glossing over? You getting some of that sloppy toppy on that D? What's going on? It's like, no, I was just talking about hump day. What's up, bro? you're coming at me pretty hot here. First you're trying to gloss my D, now you're trying to, get me on hump day? Like, what's really going on here? But yeah, words. I don't even know where I was. Like, where did I? Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. I heard from this Disney, family friend we have, that some people have taken fallen one's ashes and dumped them on that ride. Like it's in the water. Sometimes people spread ashes and like oceans or just, bodies of water. Well, they were like, well, the Pirates ride has water. It's fair play to me. It's the same thing. Your Pacific Ocean is my, you know, Pirates ride at Disneyland. So if like water rides have ashes in them, they gotta have piss in them, right? And plus, like maybe there's a novice roller coaster goer or rider, and they're like, oh, I didn't think that drop would be that much, and they just, their body expels fluids because of fright. It's a very like feasible hypothesis or like plausible hypothesis. I don't know if I'm using those words right, but it's a very conceivable notion. Like this isn't out of the realm of possibilities. This is totally happen. Okay, I'm basically saying I'm not coming out of left field here. Okay, my theory here is very sound and it's based in fact. So if you come at me, just know that I will be defending myself in this case because I am so firm in what I believe in this topic. In other things, I don't know what I'm talking about. But with this, I guarantee that there's piss in Disneyland's water. Okay? On their rides, 100% urine. Okay? If you're on a ride at Disneyland, you're in urine water. You know what I'm saying? You're in urine water. But yeah, people from Hawaii are probably just so upset. It's like, oh, what is it, Idaho? They have a giant beagle like statue. It's like, great, man. Okay. Our sand is literally white. It literally looks like an angel shit our sand out. Okay? Oh, and great, you have a big rusty metal dog. Awesome, man. Great. Hawaii is just like objectively better than like the mainland US, And so when everyone goes there and everyone that lives there is like, oh yeah, this is a sweet gig we get. Why is that plane heading this way? Wait, why those people don't look like they're from around here? Oh my god, they're all wearing flowery tropical shirts. Oh no. And then they're boom. In their shops, taking up a bunch of breathing room, moving room. I bet they hate it. I don't know. I bet tourism is actually like literally the biggest, what do you call it, an import? I don't know too much about the finance world, but tourism is like an import, right? Because people come in. I can guarantee it's not an export. Yeah, it's not an export. Because it's coming in. It's so yeah, I feel like tourism is the biggest. No, I don't even. But it's the biggest moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like they need it probably because it's like what makes Hawaii's entire economy, but or like a big part of it. But then there's also the once you get out of the big money talk, when you get down to the individual, I bet some people are pissed about going out on a walk and someone with like their nose covered in sunscreen being like, excuse me, where do I find this little waterfall, huh? How do I get here? How do you say it? And then they just like butcher it because it has like 5 apostrophes in it. So I don't blame them, but still it's like insulting when you hear it out loud. It's like very grating to the ears. It's like nails on chalkboard, I guess. How do I get to this waterfall? And it sucks because it's like the waterfall they were going to. And so then they end up lying to the tourists because they're like, oh, that one, just, you know what, how about you just go down that road? And they just completely lead them down the wrong direction. And that Hawaiian goes to, the waterfall as intended, but they spend a little too long. So about 4 hours later, that tourist that they left off to the wrong direction, they find themselves back to the waterfall, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, hey, I didn't think I'd see you again. You know what? You must have gotten turned around. You sent me in the complete opposite direction. The waterfall. Well, look at us now. We're both here. I guess you did know where it was, huh?" But yeah, no, some other people steered me right. So, well, the guy after you told me to keep going in the same direction, but then I got steered right. So I'm glad hey, you know what? Can I prop open a folding chair next to you, huh? New best friend. So yeah, I feel like on like a single person level, Hawaiians are probably just up to freaking here, man, in this tourism stuff. And they can't even get revenge because, like, what are they going to look at? Tahoe? Oh, nice trees, man. Nice forest. Great. What else is there to see? More trees? Oh, and a foresty with the chance of bears? Great. Awesome. Oh, and if I get bored, I can go to a casino where I don't even know if it's light out outside. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Tahoe sounds like a blast, man. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't been thinking about this for a while. I had brushed my hair about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. And when I was brushing my hair, I don't know why, but I started thinking about Hawaii. And then I started thinking about like, everyone goes to Hawaii, but no one from Hawaii like comes here to do anything, right? Because they got it. That's like if everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one in heaven wants to come back here, right? Or maybe they do. That's why we have Ghost. But you know what I'm saying? Like once you're up there, it's like, don't like what do you, I don't why would I want to go back there? You know? It's like once you've gone to Applebee's, why do you want to go to Chili's? You know? I haven't even been to Applebee's or Chili's, so I don't even know if that joke holds up. But like, I bet there's like a, what is it? I bet there's like a rivalry between the two, like who's better, but still the worst. You know, like who gets the penultimate spot? You know, who gets second to last? It's like, hey, it's like that meme, you know, where like the last place is like spraying champagne in their face, and like everyone else is just looking at them, and they're like, oh, okay, like you're still last. I don't know what you're so happy about. So yeah, a Hawaiian goes to New York. Oh, nice tall buildings. Are we done here? Like what we? You can get shaved ice just like anywhere at in Hawaii. You know, like shaved ice in Hawaii is like McDonald's here, like in the mainland U.S. Like any time you're on a freeway, every exit's got like a McDonald's. In the same way, like any kind of street you turn down in Hawaii, boom, shaved ice. And it's, oh my God, it's so good. It's like I mean, I don't really know how else you could make ice, but the way they approach their ice making is just, oh wow. I'm envious of their ice. Which is weird because it's just frozen water. In case you didn't pass 7th grade science, a surprise. Ice is just frozen water. And the syrup, it's the syrup. It's the syrup where the magic happens. That's what I'm telling you, you know? It's the juices it's the juices in your mouth that make all the difference in this world. That's the inflection point in the experience. Mainland America just doesn't squirt the right juices. You know what I'm saying? They don't dazzle the taste buds the same way Hawaii does. Yeah. But meanwhile, in like Alaska, Alaska doesn't even know if you're visiting because it's so big and there's like 7 people there. Also, it's like always light out. So like, you know, I'm sure they have a higher tolerance for everything. Because the darkness, that allows you to hide. That allows you to gain a little bit of, I don't know. Did you hear that? That's one of my dogs, Odin. He's a big fan. See, the darkness, you would never, in Alaska, Odin would never be howling. Because there's no moon to howl at. It's just the sun all the goddamn time. So I guess, I mean, that's one good thing, right? You get those heavy curtains, and then you just go to sleep in the total darkness, and there's no dog to wake you up. Like, in like 2 hours, that could happen again. Odin could howl at the moon, because he'll be up there, But in Alaska, like, okay, What are you gonna howl at? The sun? How stupid do you look then? Okay? Like howling at the moon makes total sense. I don't think he's weird for doing that. But if you start howling at the sun, I'd be like, oh, blowing from crazy town, bud? What are you doing? Howling at a big flaming star, you idiot? Alaska's got to be the scariest place to get lost. I don't even need to expound on that point. I think that speaks for itself. It's so big with so few people. It's like getting like if you were to fill an entire warehouse full of like those foam things, gymnasts, they usually have those big pits full of these foam cubes, and also like Sky Zone, any of those big warehouses that are just made purely out of trampolines, they have those pits too where it's just like foamy cubes. Foamy cubes. There's something there. I can't think of what it is. But they have these foamy cubes. Imagine just an entire warehouse full of foamy cubes. Getting lost in there? That's like getting lost in Alaska. It's just not worth the hassle. You know what? They're in there, they're gone. Whatever. You know? Do we know which quadrant they got lost in? We'll just close that quadrant off. Okay? And then we'll just move on. Let's just keep making money. Okay? Just ignore. If it starts to smell, maybe we'll have to go in there. Take out their corpse. But let's just kind of ignore the problem for as long as we can. That's Alaska, Alaska is so about ignoring problems that they're the farthest thing from the US. Even though they're still the US, they're like, let's get the hell out of there. That's like the kid that ran away from home. That's what Alaska is. Alaska was like, oh, that looks really, no, that looks shitty. Oh my God. I hate my parents. I'm going to move all that. I'm going to go way up north where they'll never find me. But then for family get-togethers, they're still considered part of the family. And it's like, oh, hey, Alaska, I haven't seen you in a while. What have you been doing? And it's like, well, nothing. No one's happy. No one has dogs. There's just moose everywhere. It's always sunny, but not in like a good way. And not in Philadelphia, Okay, Alaska, yeah, no. That's good. That's good. Cool. I'm gonna go to talk to Oregon. They're more friendly. Yeah. I think that's the thing. Hawaii is like that kid that moved out of the parents' house, but like they're doing such great things, and like when they post on Instagram, everyone's so envious of them. They're like, oh, screw you, Hawaii. Okay? I mean, like, happy for you, awesome, but like, Hawaii is like the reason I don't go on social media, Because I'm like, oh, look at your great life. Good for you. Ugh. And Alaska is the reason I go back on social media every once in a while, because I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from Alaska in a long time. I wonder what they're up to. I just go in to check in, but I still have to flip through like 7 Hawaii posts to see it. It's the same thing like when you're buying plane tickets. You gotta scroll through all the Hawaii plane tickets to get all the way to the bottom for the Alaska plane ticket, because it's usually priced highest to lowest. So yeah. And then what is it? Puerto Rico or Cuba? That's like, should we adopt them? I don't know. What changes, huh? Are we gonna pay them more attention if they're part of the family now? Like, I don't know. Let's just keep inviting them over to dinner, but let's not put a label on this thing, huh? And then I guess the rest of the world is just the like dope cousins, right? That you love spending time with, but then after about like a couple weeks, you're like, okay, well, time to go back. It was great, hey, talking to you and everything, but like, let's go back home. I just want to like open a pantry and just eat a bunch of cosmic brownies, and just like Cheez-Its and shit. It's like cool to visit, and it's dope, but then like a couple weeks in, you're like, kind of want to wake up in my own bed, you know? Hmm. That's what vacation is. Vacations are like cousins, even though I don't really have cousins. I don't know what I'm comparing this to, but I wonder. But then there's like those. Ooh, like certain a certain country that has the initials NK. I'm not gonna say it, but you know, you always ask about NK. It's like, hey, what's going on over there? And then your parents are always like, "Don't stop. I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask about them." And you're like, oh, something bad happened? They're like, no, don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. How about that? Don't talk about them. Okay. Okay, that's kind of weird. And then you never find out. So maybe down the road you're like, cool uncle, South Korea will tell you what's up, but then you kind of go your whole life being like, yeah, I don't really, I know they're out there, but I don't really get I don't get what goes on over there. Like, did they get in a fight with us? Or did we get in a fight? I don't know. Wait, who's mad at who? I don't. Hmm, that's weird. So we don't even really know anything about them. We just okay, cool, yeah, yeah. But we know they exist. Yeah, they okay. We do. Okay, cool, awesome, cool. Yeah, yeah, no. Cool, 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 cool. No more questions for me. Let's see what Garv wrote down this week in his handy dandy notes. I bet it was something great. Oh man. Oh, oh. Okay. This is funny. I mean, it's not funny, but I think it's funny. Um, I talked about last week. Like everyone's saying they're graduating and everything. You see it on social media. I'm noticing that. I guess this happens every year, but I don't see it. But now, like that, my class is graduating. Um, all the kids that went to Berkeley and UCLA, all their Instagram captions or like their social media captions all say proud to graduate from the number one public university in the U.S. And it's like, okay, well, do you know how numbers work? Because there can only be one number one, and so one of you's lying. Okay, just and I can imagine, you know, like a Berkeley kid like following a UCLA kid because they like went to school together, and then they like tell their parents, it's like, oh, mom, look at this girl that remember we went to high school together. Now she goes to LA. She said they're number one. They're the number one university, but it's Berkeley. A dumb bitch. Doesn't she know my ranking of my school's better? Meanwhile, Davis is just like sipping like a colorful slushy drink in the back, and it's like, yeah, number five or whatever we are. And then UCLA, you know, they look at it and they're like, Berkeley, always saying they're number one. Get over it. It was 7 years ago. You guys had your time, okay? Now it's our time to shine. People comparing school ranks is insane to me. I don't. Who cares? Like, I mean, that can devolve into that conversation can devolve into what I talked about last week, like about like I won't touch it, but like it's weird how much like people place into colleges like we're number one. It's like we don't care. Like, get a job, okay? Just like, do the thing you went to school for. Then whatever. So, speaking about people, that's a dumb segue. That's just a bad segue. That's now, speaking of things. Oh yeah, awesome, great. I know exactly where this conversation is going now. Speaking of just speaking. Now I'm gonna say another thing. Awesome, cool, man. Yeah, you didn't really need a transition there. That's cool. You could just keep on talking. You don't have to like. If there's not a segue, there's not a segue. You can just move on. Okay, no, yeah, dealer's choice, I guess. Speaking of people, there's a guy a year younger than me. I've been going to school with him since, I mean, middle school. I don't think we went to elementary school together, but he's a year younger than me, and I follow him on Instagram. And I saw this week, an Instagram post from him, and it blew my mind for so many different reasons. Okay, because he's a year younger than me, and this post on Instagram was a picture of a baby, and I was like, oh, that's guess he's an uncle now. Like, is that what this means? And excuse me. Okay, we're good. He posted a picture of a baby. I was like, oh, he's an uncle now. How cool is that? But then his caption threw me for a loop, and that's the main part that I'm like, what do you what's up? What's up, bro? His caption was, until you staring at your seed, you can never relate. Um uh hmm. Um okay, so this now this implies that it's his. I'll talk about this, but his seed. Okay, again, I'll talk about that. Which means like, oh, is he not an uncle? Is this his? Is he a dad? And so I like read the comments because everyone congratulates you for like graduation, marriage, and kids. That's where like there's the most activity. Oh, and maybe dead pets or just anything dead. That's where you get the most engagement. So if you guys want social media engagement, maybe just have one of those happen. If you want the most clicks, you want the most comments, you want the most likes, maybe maybe have a nope, not gonna say it. But through the comments, I discovered, I confirmed, oh, he's a dad. This is his kid. Because people were like, congrats, you're gonna be a great father. And then some people were like, congrats, you've always been a good daddy. And I'm like, what? Hold on. What's going on here? Should I not be here? What did you just call him? Sorry. I think I just spit my cereal out. What did you just, are you wiling? Just in his comment section? He's a dad, You gotta slow your roll with that. You've always been a good daddy to me. I know you're gonna be a great one to him. Yo, what's up? What did you just type? Proofread and then hit send on? What's up? You gotta install Grammarly, okay? Because I'm sure they would stop you from entering that shit. What's up? But let's go back to his caption, okay? Until you're staring at your seed, you can never relate. Hey, how do you look at your kid, your first newborn at, I don't know, he's a year younger than me, so 21 years old. How do you look at your kid? Actually, age doesn't even really matter here. How do you look at your firstborn child and say, that's my seed right there? Oh, what? Bro, chill out, okay? Only like a rapper can say that, okay? Rappers can say explicit shit because you can like write it off as art, but like don't just, if you're gonna announce to the world you're a dad, don't start off by saying, look at my seed, guys. It's like, oh, thanks for the reminder that you put your sperm in a woman. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Great. Yeah, no, I didn't pass 7th grade health and safety, so I don't know how babies are made. Thank you for reminding me that this little that this newborn, this cute beautiful child, was once upon a time in your balls. Thank you for that. No, yeah, awesome. Yeah, call your kid your seed. That's what people do. He takes it one step further. All you need to have a all you need to have a flourishing garden is your seed in a hoe, if you know what I mean. Bro, don't call your kid your seed, okay? I don't know how the like child process works. They have a name by now, right? Call them their name. Call me by your name, okay? They made a whole movie titled that. Just for you to not call a kid your seed. Oh, what the... Every time I think about it, I think about him, For lack of a better phrase, doing the deed. What happened to 7th grade when he was asking me if I wanted to play basketball on the blacktop? We just run the mile. Actually, I think we just did the pacer test. You guys know the pacer test? where you run the short ways of a basketball court for as long. And it's like the multigram multi whatever pacer test. Bing, that whole thing. Some people have that shit memorized. I don't because I actually don't have an excuse. I should know it. I think everyone should know it. It's kind of like the Pledge of Allegiance. I think everyone should know the pacer test prompt. I think it's more useful than the Pledge of Allegiance because I don't even know what the Pledge of Allegiance means, but I know exactly what the pacer test script means. It means, hey, wait for the beep, and I'm going to count you in, okay? I know exactly what that does. I don't put my hand over my heart. I pledge allegiance to the... I don't know. What are these words? They're... I know... I don't even know. Yeah, what do they mean? But we just finished the pacer test, 98, bing. 99, bing. 100, bing. And then there's only like 3 people running, and you're like, ugh. There he goes again. There she goes again. Okay, we get it. Cross country, you're cool. But we just finished the pacer test. I remember, when he was in 7th grade, I was in 8th grade. I was like, hey guys, you want to play basketball? I was like, sure, man. And now he's out here on the gram calling a newborn child his seed. Bro, what are you doing? Congratulations. What are you doing? Wait, I have to give him props though. Like that's creative. I've never heard that. Actually, I've never, that's the thing. I've never heard of it. Like, it makes sense. And I see how he got to that point. But just, I guess props to him for having the courage to pull the trigger. Like, he took a picture of his kid, typed that caption, was like, let me proofread this for mistakes. Until you're staring at your seed, you can never relate. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good way to let the world know I'm a dad now. Also, wait a minute. What does that even mean? Until you're staring at your seed, you can never relate. Oh, that's disgusting. Imagine a guy just looking at his tissue, like, yeah, no, I can't. I still can't relate with you, man. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, God. Someone reads that caption. Later in the night, they're just staring at the side of their shower. Yeah, no, I still don't get it. I still... Who says that? I know there's definitely worse ways he could have gone, and I thank him for not going those ways, but oh my God, there's so many better ways he could have gone too. It's like, sure, yeah, he didn't do the absolute worst he could have done, Like, I'm glad a different idea didn't come to him, if you know what I mean. But why did this one have? Why this? Why? Was this really the climax of his good ideas right here? Was this the best he could do? Damn. I wonder if he thought about it. Like, actually, he's got to have friends, right? Or whoever he's had the kid with, what do they think of it? Did they sign off? Did they? Oh my God, maybe he didn't even come up with it. Maybe his... Oh my God, this is changing everything. Maybe the guy I'm talking about is innocent. Maybe it's the person he's with that was like, oh my God, you know what we got to, are you going to make a post? I have a perfect caption for it. Okay, so you know how you did that, we did that thing 9 months ago? And you did yeah, so talk about that. But like, make it a little artsy, maybe a little... Maybe, how I like plants? Make it a little gardening. Maybe bring up agriculture, seed. Call it that. Oh my God. Talk about how you planted your seed in me. What's up? Oh, bro. I mean, it's cool, but it has the same... I remember on Mother's Day, I was on Facebook and I saw this post. And it was a very nice post, and it's a very wholesome post. But I read between the lines, and it made me mad uncomfortable because this mother I mean, what a nice lady. She took Mother's Day to thank her family. How cool is that? You know, she was like, here's my kids. Look at how great they are. Awesome. I love being a mother. And then she had a picture of her husband and she was like, and thank you to my husband for giving me the best gifts in the world, my kids. And I was like, whoa, hey, let's just slow down for a second and think about what that means. Do you thanking your husband for giving you the best gift in the world, your kids? Let's just seventh grade science class, like I said, or I actually said health and safety, but it was actually science class. Health and safety is high school. In growing up, elementary school, middle school, it's just called science, which is so funny to me that it's just like, what are we learning about? It's a science class. Then in high school, it's like, okay, now this is biology, this is chemistry, this is environmental science. You know, then they start to differentiate. But like growing up, it's like, this is science, and this is math, and this is English. This is social studies. And then they get really fine tuned in high school and they call it history. But I was like, let's go back to seventh grade science. You thanking your husband for giving you the best gifts in the world. Let's, Do I need to say it? Do you get what I'm saying? Like thanking your husband for giving you kids. You know what I'm saying? I think all the context leading up to this point, I think you get what I mean. How weird is that? And I wonder, with this new dad and this mom, does anyone bring this up to them? They're like, hey, really cute post, congrats and everything, but do you get what you just said? Like, did you think about, like, do you get how this could mean, actually, not how it could, how it means this other thing? Do you get this? Do you? Because, I'm sure, you know, the world's great. The world's innocent and everyone's good in the world. Everyone's a pure individual. But, you know, someone might think this other thing, you know, someone could think, you know, until you're looking at your seed, someone could be like, oh my God, he's literally talking about his sperm and how he put it in a woman. Like, let's, you know, through ejaculation. So it's like, let's just take a step back and think about what this actually means, friend. You get that, right? Awesome. Cool. I just want to make sure I see, because like I got it, and like I didn't think that way. I get how someone else could think that way. But do you get what I'm saying? Like maybe you can edit post. You could always change your caption. You can get rid of a caption. I know, because like my ex, when she broke up, she deleted all her captions that had me in the picture. But you can edit it, right? So maybe just edit it. Maybe just get rid of it. I'm not even saying you gotta like come up with something new. Just get rid of it. It doesn't have to be that hard. So, yeah. I thought that was crazy. Not crazy. I thought it was so courageous and bold. I thought it was so brave, because you know it could be met by scrutiny, like the scrutiny I'm putting forward. It could, he knows it could be met with this, or no, he doesn't. He doesn't get this conversation could happen because he posted that. Because only someone that knows the other way to look at it would know, oh yeah, don't post these words in this order, in this context. So, I posted a new video. Thank you so much for watching it. It's this one. It always means a lot when you watch my videos, when you leave a like, when you comment, which also do on this podcast. Make sure you like and comment. And yeah, there'll be a new video this week, and I hope you watch that too. Thank you so much for the support, and it always means a lot when you listen, when you watch, when you listen, whatever you want to call it, whatever you do actually. I don't know if you got YouTube Premium and you just have the audio playing, but it means a lot that you listen. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're having a good summer. If you're working, if you're going to school, if you're just chilling, I hope it's working out for you. And yeah, talk at you, well, later this week with the main channel video, but I'll talk at you with this podcast next week. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Bye.